I remain Odmoko Uchenna, data processing teacher at the Nigerian Christian Institute, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Today we are going to handle data processing Waec 2014 May-June past question, section B, which is test for practical, which is the most difficult area that some students have issues. I'm going to show you how you can go through and make it. Now, section B, test of practical work. Question 1A. Study the figure carefully and use it to answer questions 1A, I to IV. Now, this is the figure. Look at the figure and study it. State the name of the device in figure 1. Identify the parts labeled I to IV. State one use each of the parts I, IV, and V. Mention one way to ensure that the device functions continuously. Now, the name of the device. Looking at the device, you know that this device is a printer. It's a printer or inkjet printer. Identify the parts labeled I to IV. The first one is printer tray, paper tray, paper support, printer paper holder. Second one, universal serial bus, which is USB cable or data cable. The III, printed documents, which is this is printed document. IV, power button or power switch or on and off switch. Now state one use each of the following, each of the parts. I is used for loading, feeding, supporting paper into the printer. II is used for connecting the printer to a computer. IV is used for putting on and off the printer. V is used for connecting the printer to a power source. Mention one way of ensuring that the device functions continuously. 1. Lubricating all the mechanical parts, covering the printer when it's not in use, regular servicing stroke maintenance by a professional, removing the printer from the power source when not in use, cleaning the printer regularly, connecting the printer to a power source via a voltage regulator or UPS. Question 1B. Study the MS Excel worksheet below and use it to answer the questions that follows. Now look at the MS Excel. Looking at it, you have the number of columns, the number of rows. Now you have the column A to J. Now take the type of data in row 1 of the MS Excel worksheet above. In what cell is Ayo James project score? State one MS Excel function that can be used to enter Adeolu's total score. To write John Pat as John Patrick, how can the cell be adjusted so that the name would fit into the cell? Outline the procedure for copying the formula in 1BII above to the other cells in column G. What type of function will be used to enter the information in column J? Okay, now let's look at the first row. The first row, this is the first row. You can see in the first row, you have number 1 here, the first row here, all these things are tests. So the data type in the first row is tests. Now the next question, in what cell is James project score? Now looking at it, you have your James here is in row 4. The project score is in E. When we are naming a cell, we name a cell with the column and the row name. So it will be E4. So the answer is E4. Okay, in this question you are asked to state one function, a MS function that you can use to calculate Adeolu's total score. And this is Adeolu. His first test score 17, assignment 8, project 6, exam 45. So for you to do that, every function in MX Excel starts with equal sign. So let's get started. Equal to sum is for addition. The first cell here is C2, which is the test score. C2 is used till the end. The end is F2. F2. You close the brackets. Press your enter button. You have the answer to be 76. So our first function is equal to sum, open bracket, C2 is to F2, close the bracket. That's our first function. Now there's another function we can still use to do that, which is equal to sum, open bracket, C2, comma, D2, comma, E2, comma, F2, close the bracket. Press your enter button. It still gives you the same answer, 76. So our second function is equal to sum, open bracket, C2, comma, D2, comma, E2, comma, F2, close the bracket. That's our second function. There's another function again you can still use to do that, which will be equal to open bracket, C2 plus D2 plus E2 plus F2, close the bracket. Still press the answer. Enter button is still gives you the same thing. So the third one is equal to open bracket, C2 plus D2 plus E2 plus F2, close the bracket. These are the three functions that can help you calculate Adeolu's total score. Okay, in this question we are asked to write John Pat as John Patrick and how we can adjust the cell to fit John Patrick. Okay, now let's get started. Before you do anything in this table, before you edit any cell, you either double click on it or you click on it and then go to the formula bar to make the correction. So I will choose to double click. Now I'll now have to type in the remaining letters, which is R-I-C-K, Patrick. You hit your enter button. Now looking at it, you can see the spelling of Patrick is not correct. Some parts are hidden. So how can we adjust the cell so that it will fit in? You can do it in two ways. One, you can see how my mouse pointer looks like. It looks like a cross, white cross. So I'll move it in between column B and column C. When I put it across at the middle, it turns to another cross. You click and drag. When you drag and you feel that the space is enough to accommodate John Patrick, you release your hand from the mouse, which I just did. You can see the John Patrick is now complete. That's one way for you to do it. Another way for you to do it, let me take it back, is, which I think is the simplest way. I always tell my students to use that because that's the simplest way. You move your mouse pointer to the same place. What you just need to do is to double click. When you do that, the system automatically resizes the cell to fit whatever is the content. Okay, in this question, you are asked to outline the procedure for copying the formula in 1BIII above to other cells in column G, which is the column G, the total score column. Okay, I'm going to show you two ways for you to do that. First of all, you have already calculated the total of Adeolu. So how we can copy the formula here and then paste it in the remaining cells. So what you need to do is, first of all, you click on the first, and then looking at this, move your mouse pointer to the end here. You can see it turns to another small black cross. Click and drag down till the end, and then you remove your hand from the mouse. The system will automatically do the calculation for you. I hope you can see that. Very simple, perfect. That's one way. Another way for you to do that is clicking on this first cell and then pressing Ctrl C. Ctrl C is for you to copy, and then you go to the next cell, press Ctrl V, next one Ctrl V, next one Ctrl V. You do that in all. You can see they still give you the same answer. These are the two ways for you to be able to copy this formula. What is the function that will be used to enter the information in column J? The function to use to enter that information is what we call if statement. If statement, that's the function. Now, question number 2A. The diagram below shows the interface of an application. Now, look at it. Diagram, it shows an interface of an application. Now, what is the general name of the application in figure 2 above? Name one example of the application. Identify the parts label I to IV. Mention one function each of the parts label I and III. Now, what is the general name given to the application? The general name given to the application is a web browser. Give one example of the application. You have Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Safari, Opera, Microsoft Edge. Question 2C. Identify the parts label I to IV. Now, I is the address bar, II is the back button, III is the refresh button, IV is the home button. Now mention one function each of the parts label I and III. I is the address bar. It is used to display the current web address. It is also used to enter website addresses. III is the refresh button. It is used to reload, refresh, relaunch the last visited web page. It is also used to restart the current web page and hyperlink. 2B. Consider the objects label A, B, C, and D in figure 3. Now this is the objects. Identify A, B, C, and D in figure 3 above. Mention one difference between A and D. State another device that can function as device B. In the absence of device B in a desktop computer, list 6 keys on the keyboard that could be used to select an icon on the desktop. A. Identify A, B, C, and D in figure 3 above. Object A is a scanner, is a fingerprint scanner. Object B is a mouse. Object C is a laptop, palm top, notebook. Object V is a flash drive or USB modem. Mention one difference between A and D. The difference between object A and D is that object A is an input capturing device, while object D is an internet access or storage device. State another device that can function as D. The following can function as D. You have the joystick, you have the touch screen, track pen, light pen, touchpad. D. In absence of device B in a desktop computer, list 6 keys on the keyboard that could be used to select an icon on the desktop. Any 6 of the following keyboard keys can be used. You have the tab key, home, and left arrow key, right arrow key, up arrow key, down arrow key, page up, page down. Any of these 6, if you pick any 6 here, can be able to do that. Okay, here comes to the end of Waec 2014 data processing paper 2 solution. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. I love you all.